What is up, guys, and welcome to episode 6 of the Spectacular Spider-Man Season 3. If you haven't seen the other 5 ones before it, be sure to watch them, or these will make no sense. With that out of the way, let's go straight into this. Episode 6, Investigation. We begin the episode shortly after Peter's confrontation with Wilson Fisk. He's bruised, beaten, and knows that Fisk has him right where he wants him. As long as he keeps taking down supervillains, Fisk will just send more, and Fisk wants him out of the picture. With his company Tricorp at the helm of everything, Peter needs to do something to stop him, and fast. While this is all happening, we get an inner monologue from Peter about Gwen, how he wants to tell her everything now. Things have gone from bad to worse, and he wants to make a move on her. He's tired of this back and forth, but if he tells her, she'll be a target. If he really loves someone close to him, he has to be honest. He remembers what Aunt May told him in the previous episode, but he can't. No matter what happened, he can't let her be in danger. We cut to Spider-Man swinging through the city the next day. Peter's mind is still hectic, with all these thoughts swirling in his head when suddenly he gets a call from Captain Stacy. Peter will swing by to the precinct, asking Stacy what happened, why to call him. Captain Stacy explains that he needs help. Some of the officers were still pulling records, and they found out that the man behind everything that they want to take down is Wilson Fisk, and that Peter's hunch is correct, but they can't take him down legally. Tricorp is full of legal assets and stuff that they can't touch him, but only if Spider-Man knew someone who can do it off the books, someone else who could get in there. He needs to do this. Spider-Man thinks, as Peter Parker, he could just go into Fisk's office, asking for Bugle records. Fisk doesn't know who he is. This could work. Captain Stacy tells him to be careful and that he'll be waiting, as he and the other officers drive away. We cut to Jameson and the Bugle yelling at everyone when Peter walks in. He tells Jameson that he has an idea that could help him sell a lot of papers. Jameson is gruff, but he listens, asking what this mysterious idea is. Peter explains as much of the situation as he can without revealing too much about his connection to Captain Stacy and Spider-Man. Just tells Jameson that if this works, he'll be able to get an exclusive on Wilson Fisk. Jameson agrees, saying that Peter better be careful, before telling him to go off and that he better sell more papers or else. Peter smirks and leaves. We cut to Wilson Fisk at his tower examining the office when Mac Gargan walks in, telling him that they have a problem. Fisk asks, what is this problem? Gargan explains about the photographer from the Bugle who's here for an interview, but Fisk smirks, saying this is perfect. If they make his company look perfect, it could boost sales, and eventually the entire city will be beneath his palm. Even Spider-Man won't be able to stop him. Fisk puts on his tie, saying to set him up with an interview right away, as he heads for the door. But Fisk then retracts, saying there's another issue. Donald Mencken is at Oscorp, and he wants him out of the picture. Fisk and Mencken's history is still yet to be revealed, but Fisk says that Mencken is planning a big project, and he wants Gargan to send in their top man to sabotage it. Gargan smirks and leaves, saying that it'll be an honor. We then cut to the Parker household and get a scene with Peter and Aunt May. This scene will be slow, pacing us for what's to come. Peter tells May that he's got to go. He's in an interview with Wilson Fisk. May says to be careful, that she's heard bad things about him. Peter smirks and heads for the door. Peter then gets to the Tricorp building, and he's astounded. When he swung in as Spider-Man, he was there with fury and anger, so he wasn't intimidated. But as Peter Parker, he's just a man, scared of all the prowess and power that this Wilson Fisk character has. New York City is narrowly under his thumb, but if he can somehow break into here under the guise of an interview, maybe Peter has a chance. As Peter walks into the building, he asks the receptionist if he can see Mr. Fisk, that he's here for an interview, but the receptionist says that Mr. Fisk is busy, he's in a meeting right now, and that Peter will be with him shortly. Peter sees this as a perfect opportunity. He asks to use the bathroom, and when he's there, he starts crawling around through the air vents, doing some detective stuff, when he hears Fisk in a meeting with someone. The voice is muffled, but strangely seems familiar. The man asks Fisk why he plans to go after Oscorp, if sabotaging it is a bit too much. Fisk asks the man if he even remembers what Oscorp did to him, claiming that this is payback for everything that happened to him in the past, and that it's only fair that he used his fists of iron and stone to return the favor. Peter isn't sure what to do, but after they leave, he sees a computer with a disk drive getting enough data as he returns to see Wilson Fisk waiting for him. Fisk says that he was sorry he was in a meeting and was caught up, but asks why Peter was late. Peter says he had to go to the bathroom and that he's really sorry. He is intimidated by Fisk, showing how when he was wearing a mask, they seemed on equal footing. But even here, in Fisk's turf, this is where he has the power, and where Wilson Fisk resides. It's clear in these scenes that Fisk gets his buzz. He gets stronger by taking from others below him. Peter knows he can't show his fear to him and tries to act like a reporter, asking Fisk questions like if he has any competition with Oscorp. Fisk says that Donald Mencken isn't as big of a threat as he thought Norman Osborn was, but now that Norman Osborn doesn't exist anymore, he thinks that it won't be that hard. Peter scoffs behind his back, but tries to keep it up, asking Fisk what made him decide to become the CEO of Tricorp Industries. Fisk explains that when he was a child, his father never had time for him. All he did was beat him up, never showed any respect for him except his mother. She cared about him and always made him valued. That's why Fisk became the man he was today, and it's clear that Fisk has a lot of respect for Peter, seeing him also as someone who's doing whatever it takes to achieve his goals. Fisk says that he likes a fighter in that regard. Peter is intimidated even further. After the interview ends, Spider-Man keeps swinging, and we'll hear dialogue in Peter's head from his conversations with Aunt May, and with Gwen, and with everyone that he knows. He can't keep keeping this a secret. If Fisk really is in the endgame, and if something happens to him, she needs to know. Gwen Stacy opens the window to see Spider-Man swinging in. She's alarmed, wondering what he's doing here, when Spider-Man takes off his mask, revealing the face of Peter Parker. We then cut to Fisk as he admires the city, but elsewhere in an airport, a man flies out saying to get him in here, or a lot of people are going to die. It's the Green Goblin as the episode ends. Thank you everyone for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this episode. We are coming very close to the end of the Donald Mencken stuff, the Fisk stuff in the second half. So if you do enjoy it, like, share, subscribe, and comment.